Hey, everybody, welcome back to another episode of Snark Bait. I'm Christy.
I'm Sophie, and we have so much to talk about today. I went to Soft Bar. I'm giving you guys all the tea. We're talking about Ryan Murphy's new show, All's Fair with Kim Kardashian. Some girls got to eat tea. Jake fucking Chain. I'm
Ugh,
sorry. Some Pretty Little Liars. Ansel Elgort, trigger warning. Big trigger warning for him. And some more influencer drama, dark energy objects and light energy objects of the week and so much more. So let's get into it.
let's do it.
Okay,
Hey,
cool.
Sophie.
Hey,
Hey,
Christy. Hey, how's it going? How's it going over here?
never a damn dull moment in the
Nope.
house of Snark Bait team.
No, no.
You guys, it's
If you're
again,
sick of us talking about like our freaking equipment and like technical difficulties, I'm so sorry. I know we're always complaining about it. There's just like I'm not technologically savvy. Christy like acts like she isn't, but she actually is. But in any case, every time we record lately, there's something going wrong. But we made
this
it.
morning, Sophie goes, Hey, mind if we start about 10 minutes late? My battery's at 0%.
Yeah.
Oh, oh, okay, sure. That's zero. Sorry about that.
No,
And
literally, I'm like, I need to remember to like charge this fucking camera shit the
it's
night before we record now. I'm
no,
sorry. This is like a new thing.
it is.
Um, it was funny also, like when our first reel went up with our fancy new camera, and people were like, okay, high definition.
We're like, it's it's not a joke. It's
Yeah,
incredibly concerning when you can see every pore of ours
every
on the
pore,
screen.
every single pore.
I
Uh,
gasped. I was like, oh
yeah,
my God, I gotta go to my dermatologist, get
I
another
know
laser.
it's been
God.
a while since I've gotten like a good like facial.
Yeah.
And I'm like, you know what? I think it's time.
Yeah.
I think it's time. Um,
Sophie, what have you been up to this week? Because we haven't
oh,
recorded in a while.
oh my God, we need to debrief you guys about Soft Bar. I went to Soft Bar last night with Olivia, and it was for Amanda Batula's new Shimmer Girl. It's like a Vaseline, shimmery Vaseline partnership with Loverboy. So Loverboy has like a sparkling shimmer iced tea, non-alc.
Oh,
And then Vaseline, she has this new collab and they had it at Soft Bar. So it was really just like three queens maximizing their joint sleigh, Loverboy, Soft Bar, and Vaseline. And yeah, talked to Amanda, talked to Carl, actually got some good, semi good tea. I mean, I some of it was off the record, unfortunately, but it sounds like it's going to be an interesting season of
stop.
Summer House. And the new
Wow.
people, there are some interesting storylines there. Uh West and Jesse, big fuck boys to no one's surprise. Um
Please, with Jesse, I can't.
I know. I know.
Please.
I'm trying to think of what else.
Who told you
Uh
the tea? Was it Amanda and Carl kind of together, just kind of filling you in?
I won't say. I don't want to get anyone in trouble. But the new in the city spinoff is happening. Carl is not going to be on it.
And Amanda and Kyle are.
Yes, Amanda, Kyle,
Okay.
Lindsay, Andrea. Yeah, so it was good. We were talking to Carl about not alc. And he actually had a good little spiel. He was like, I've been sober for 5 years now. And first of all, the space is beautiful. Like it's Soft Bar is gorgeous. It's so out of the way for me. Oh, I forgot to ask you, Christy. I had to take a couple of really expensive Ubers there. Can I expense those? Because we're talking about it on the podcast.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Transfer that money over. Every time I buy something for Sophie, I make sure to send her receipts because I don't want to embezzle funds.
Yeah, she was like, just so you know, I'm not embezzling. And she does like the squiggles around it. We're like, yeah, like, oh my God, embezzling. Ha ha ha. Okay, so yeah, don't want to embezzle. But anyway, it's really hard for me to get to from the Upper East Side. So that is kind of the downside of it. It's in Greenpoint, Brooklyn. But gorgeous space, beautiful space, beautiful space.
Beautiful girl.
He's done
Is
a
she a model?
but is she model? He's done a really good job with it. It's funny because there was a bunch of mocktails on the menu, and one of them said like champagne, and I was like, oh my God, there's alcohol. I was like,
Oh,
is that I was like, is that real champagne? And they were like, no, it's not. There's no alcohol to be seen. So it really is non-alc, even for events like this. Um, but he was giving us a really good spiel. He was like, I've been sober for 5 years. And, when every time I'm like not drinking, I'm offered sugary mocktails, I'm
ugh.
offered soda. Like it's all unhealthy stuff. And he was like, I actually just want something that's healthy, that's good for you. Like these aren't mocktails, they are mindful, like non-alc. I forget the word he used, but they're basically like they have electrolytes, they have healthy ingredients. The spiel he gave like worked for me. I was like, oh, that totally makes sense.
Oh, I love
Like,
that.
yeah, because if you're not drinking, you still wanna like fit in, or not fit in, but you still want to feel like you're like a part of things by drinking something. But the options that you have are always really unhealthy. And like,
Yeah.
why does it have to be like that?
No,
So
no.
definitely check out Soft Bar, and thank you, Carl, for hosting us. And he gave me a maybe about coming on the pod. He says he has to check with his publicist. So
Oh, really?
TBD
You
on
asked
that.
him?
Yeah, of course. So TBD on that. I think that like the Bravo PR and all of that, they're very strict about podcast appearances. So he says he needs to check, but knock on wood, you guys. Everyone leave Carl a comment to come on Snarkbait Pod. And also, we will be checking out Cake Eater, his new book that's coming out in December next month. So, yeah, he's going on a book tour in January. And yeah, we're gonna definitely cover that probably for the Patreon. So, yeah, that's my
Wow.
little soft bar rundown.
I'm excited to get the tea from you. I am such a fan of Summer House. I know that over the last couple of seasons, you thought it's kind of like waned and just like
Yeah.
interest in your interest, but I've always been a tried and true Summer House fan. So I'm really excited. When is the new season airing? Like
I
in,
feel like it's usually like February
yeah,
of
it's
the
too
following
long.
year. I know it takes way too long. But
That's what I never understand with shows like Love Island when they're producing literally episodes 5 days a week. You
yeah,
got to keep up. Otherwise, things are gonna leak. You're gonna see photos of the
right.
cast filming. Like it's not as fun
M-
if it weren't in real time.
Maybe if you had a business you were passionate about.
Then you would know what it's like, but you don't. So they
I
don't even
mean,
act like you
like,
know.
yeah, like, come on. If Love Island could do it. And I also think about like Stranger Things. Do you watch Stranger Things?
Yeah, no, I don't. I
Wait,
don't.
you do.
No, I know. I know. I know. I
I
know.
found another thing that another cultural phenomenon that Christy doesn't watch, but it's okay because I have mine also. Um, but Stranger Things, the last season, we've talked about this. The last season was in 2022. I'm like, okay, I don't remember what happened and I don't care.
Wait, did you see that David Harbour and Millie Bobby
Yes.
Brown were hugging and like hanging out like old pals? So what is that about? Now I'm
Yeah.
confused.
I'm confused too. Okay, guys. So it feels like we just recorded Dark Energy Tuesday because we usually record on Sunday, but we are changing our cadence to record on Fridays. So we're recording on Friday, November 7th. And there was a Stranger Things premiere, and Millie Bobby Brown and David Harbour were hugging, even though we were just talking on Dark Energy Tuesday about how she filed like a bullying claim against him. So I don't know what to make of all of that. It seems like, probably his PR is working overtime because there's been lot of really bad press around him. But speaking of shows, I really want to quickly talk about the new show All's Fair, Ryan Murphy's new show starring Kim Kardashian. Did you give this a chance? Do you have time to check it out? Wait, you're muted.
I haven't this week, but I obviously saw all the press about Rotten Tomatoes giving it a 0%. And I saw a couple of TikTokers saying, listen, you guys just want to hate because it's Kim Kardashian. It's campy, it's fun, it's full of like a female-led cast. People like it. I'm curious what you think.
I think it's really fun. Okay, so when I saw that it debuted with a 0% on Rotten Tomatoes, I was like, immediately yes. Like, I need to see how bad this actually is. Obviously, Kim's acting is really wooden.
Yes, that's what I've
But
heard.
like it's gonna be, you know? And I feel like she plays similarly to if you watched American Horror Story Delicate, she played like
I did.
Siobhan. Remember Siobhan? She played like a high-powered lawyer. So she's playing like a wealthy lawyer who gets fillers and Botox and plastic surgery. So it works for her to look like that. She's not like in a period drama, you know? Like it works that she looks like Kim Kardashian. She's playing this like she Beverly Hills lawyer, you know? Um but I think it's fun. It's really campy. Like the dialogue, some of the dialogue is really bad. But it also stars Glenn Close, Naomi Watts, Sarah
Yes.
Paulson, Niecy Nash, Teyana Taylor. So it has like the stacked cast. So even if you're like Kim Kardashian's so bad, like they kind of make up for it. Like Naomi Watts is obviously amazing. Glenn Close is amazing. Yeah, stacked guest stars too. Like Jessica Simpson was one of them.
Yes, I
There
saw
was
that.
Eddie Cibrian. Eddie Cibrian. It all roads lead back to Bravo, you know? Um, but it's funny, some of these reviews were so funny. Guardian TV critic Lucy Mangan gave it a 0-star rating. She said, I did not know it was still possible to make television this bad. I assumed that there was some sort of baseline, some inescapable bedrock knowledge of how to do it that now prevents any entry into the art form from falling below a certain standard, but I was wrong. The new series, All's Fair, uh, is terrible, fascinatingly, incomprehensibly, existentially terrible. The Telegraph's Ed Power said, there is no glossing over Kim Kardashian's stilted acting, already confirmed by her appearance on American Horror Story. Even more striking than her lack of thespian chops, however, is her complete absence of screen presence. She has no aura, no unfiltered charisma. Forget an X factor. Kardashian has a Z, like sleeping Z's quality that threatens to lull the unprepared viewer into a stupor whenever she opens her mouth. The Times deputy TV editor, Ben Dower, this is so funny. She is to acting what Genghis Khan is to a peaceful liberal democracy.
People just love to hate the Kardashians. And listen, I get why it seems like Kris Jenner and Kim Kardashian have their hands in every single cookie jar. But I mean, I thought Kim was pretty good and delicate, but granted, she was kind of playing herself a little bit of Kris Jenner. That
Yeah.
role was very easy to play. Now that she has to take on a more like, I don't want to say serious, but she's not this like Kris Jenner momager type figure as she was in Delicate. I imagine it is a little difficult for her. But like also you try doing that. You try working. I've been watching the
Yeah.
Kardashians on Hulu and a lot of it is covering behind the scenes of them filming All's Fair. And it's so much work to film a television show. Like it's so much different than a movie where you're on set for like 6 to 8 weeks and then you wrap. Like you have to be there. You have call times at 6 a.m. You have to get up at freaking 3:30 a.m., travel on set, be in hair and makeup for 4 hours, show up, film. She said that a single scene can take 9 hours.
Yeah. And with Delicate, with her role in American Horror Story, she was actually better than expected. Like, I
Yes.
expected her to be really bad, and I thought she was okay. Like, I remember when I watched it, I remember talking about it. I was like, you know, she could have been worse. And I actually think, like, on All's Fair, yes, she's bad. Okay. Like, yeah. But again, I feel like she could be worse. Like, and I am no Kim Kardashian fan, but like she is like fun for me to watch. Maybe it's because I'm not removing Kim Kardashian from it. Like I still look at her and I'm like, it's Kim Kardashian, you know? I don't know. I'm like kind of enjoying her acting era. Weirdly, it's making me like her more, which is also a weird thing to say. Um, I don't know, you guys. Like, it's honestly in so bad it's good territory, the show. Like, I highly recommend checking it out. And obviously, like, Kim Kardashian and Kris Jenner are executive producers. So everyone's
Right.
like, they just paid for the show. So Kim Kardashian could, like, play a lawyer and play dress up and pretend she's
Right.
an actress, pretend she's a lawyer. But you know what? I'm enjoying it.
And
I
if it's
am.
bad, you know my ass is going to eat it up.
You'll love it, honestly. Like, you really will.
Okay, that will be well, God, there's
Wait,
just so what?
also she poked fun at the bad reviews on Instagram. So at least she is like taking it in stride. She posted an Instagram that said, "Have you tuned into the most critically acclaimed show of the year? All's Fair streaming now on Hulu."
Kim said that,
Yeah, her caption on her Instagram last night. So
and I
you know
love
what? She can I love when she's in on the joke.
And her and Sarah Paulson are becoming fast friends, BFFs, in fact. And I've been watching interviews of them just like dying laughing. It's one of those times when you're just like laughing so hard that it's silent laughing. And
Yeah.
you know when things are even funnier when you're not supposed to be laughing or it's supposed to be like a serious moment? I like Kim a little bit more just because Sarah Paulson loves her so much. If that makes sense. I'm like, this feels like
It's
a
true.
random friendship, but at the same time makes all the sense in the world, and I love it.
She also posted a bunch of the tweets making fun of it. And it's so funny. I actually, yeah, it says some of the worst. This is a tweet from In Just Like Twat that she posted. Some of the worst acting I've ever seen in my life, alongside the most predictable storylines and the most ridiculous styling. I'm obsessed. I need 14 seasons. Did you, Kim posted that on her Instagram. Like, I love that she's like in on the joke. Did you see the one screenshot of her wearing an exposed thong? She's supposed to be like a serious lawyer, and there's an outfit where her thong is out.
Of course, yes.
I
Yes.
love it. I love it. Everyone's like, what kind of lawyer? I'm like, guys, it's a Ryan Murphy production, okay? It's not supposed to be serious.
You know how many times we've gotten requests to do Ryan Murphy? And to be honest, I don't know much about Ryan Murphy other than American Horror Story, which I really enjoy. I know that a lot of people have hated the series as it's gone on season after season. I really like it still. I think we are due for a Ryan Murphy episode very soon
Yes.
here.
I agree also. And I think there's something very dark-sided about him. I mean, his mind is a really horrifying place. If you've watched
Yes.
American Horror Story,
It's so
like,
sadistic.
yeah, I think that he has some uh I don't know, psychosexual stuff going on. He likes to put his kinks into his shows in really dark ways. So yeah, I think let's put the spotlight on Ryan Murphy at some point for sure. Now, a quick ad break to talk about Olive and June. If you guys know anything about us and our dark energy objects, it's that we hate going to the nail salon. It's boring, it's not relaxing, and 2.5 hours to sit at a salon, who has the time? Am I right? Here's the problem. Like many of you, we still love having our nails done. It makes us feel more put together, more confident, more camera ready, etc. So that's where Olive and June comes in. Olive and June has everything you need for a salon quality manicure in one box. Salon grade tools, 6 polishes to choose from that don't chip and last over 7 days. If you're more of a gel girly, their gel mani boxes come with a 5 finger LED lamp and HEMA free gel polish that lasts 21 days too. Each manicure comes down to just a few dollars each. Salon quality, but so much more affordable. And without the salon appointment, huge for us because Olive and June is a perfect fit for our crazy lives. Mani time for me includes busy mornings before early recordings, nights on the couch watching trash TV. It's so fast and easy to squeeze in. Basically, Olive and June is perfect for the busy baby Starks out there who also hate going to the nail salon. Visit oliveandjune.com/snark20 for 20% off your first Mani system. That's oliveandjune.com/SNARK20 for 20% off your first Mani system. Now, a quick ad break to talk about Born Shoes. I'm going to tell you guys an embarrassing secret that I don't talk a lot about on the pod. My driver's license has been expired for years now. It's so embarrassing, I know, but I lived in New York for 11 years and just haven't had a reason to drive in forever. Don't judge me, please. So basically, I'm so used to walking literally everywhere, usually with my boy Baxter. And I'm constantly on the hunt for shoes that are comfortable, walkable, but also cute/dressy enough for work or nice dinners. That's why I'm so happy I finally discovered Born Shoes. I was looking for a pair of brown suede loafers for so long, but every pair I could find online was so expensive and honestly probably uncomfortable. But I'm obsessed with my new ones from Born Shoes. They're lightweight, supportive, and extremely comfortable with this incredible padded insole. These loafers are perfect for my lifestyle and they look stylish. I'm not exaggerating when I say I can walk miles in them and easily dress them up for work. And all of their styles are made from the best top quality leather. Take comfort in Born Shoes. Go to bornshoes.com today for 15% off discount plus free ground shipping on all full price shoes when you use our promo code SNARK. That's promo code SNARK for 15% off and free shipping. Available exclusively to our listeners for just a limited time.
We're past due. Okay, I we have so much stuff on our
Yeah,
docket, so
we
I want to
do.
quickly pivot to Girls Gotta Eat. I never told the baby snarks this, but when I was in Vegas a couple of weeks ago, I met Raina and Ashley. And if you guys know, we've done an episode on the girls before. I've been a longtime listener of Girls Gotta Eat. Over the last couple of months, I stopped listening. And Sophie and I were talking about this, a bit of a conjecture. When you're a podcaster, I have found myself not listening to podcasts anymore, even though I've been a podcast consumer for like nearly a decade at
Hmm.
this point. I don't know what that is, what that's about, but in any case, I've stopped listening to Girls Gotta Eat. I saw in their stories that they were staying at the Cosmo, which is where me and my friends were staying, and I ran into them at XS. And I went up to them and I was like, hey, like, I went and saw you guys live in LA back in 2022. Like, I've been a listener of the show for a really long time. Ashley was very, very nice, very genuine. She just had this aura, like, she was happy to talk to me. And I was like, congratulations on your wedding, because she was there for her bachelorette party. And she was like all dressed up or whatever. And she's like, thank you, 2 weeks until the wedding, like all excited. And Raina was just not that kind. Like, I don't know. She kind of gave me the vibe that she was better off just like not interacting with me. And who knows, maybe they know who I am just based on the Snarkbait show. I think that probability of that is very unlikely. But in any case, I did not get great vibes from Raina. But in any case, the reason I'm bringing up Girls Gotta Eat is because Ashley Hesseltine got married last weekend. And it is the talk of the town if you're a follower of her show. So she had a wedding at the W in Hollywood.
Hmm.
And she's been releasing photos like day by day. And she posted this picture, and I feel badly even making fun of it because, like, obviously it's someone's like big day, but it has to be said just because she's been posting this content. I just want to commentate on it. It's not necessarily my style. Um, when I look at the ceremony, it's at the W in Hollywood. It looks to be maybe a conference room or a ballroom, but it feels very concrete slab, almost like a WeWork vibes. I swear to God, like this looks like some of the boardrooms that I used to like work at when I worked in San Francisco. And the caption of like the ceremony, it's like a picture from the front and it says the chair reveal you've been waiting for. And it's these velvety green chairs with gold trim. It's giving like Wayfair. I don't know. What do you think of this?
Wait,
Having
those
been a
I was just gonna say, yeah, having been a bride, those are pretty ceremony chairs. I will say because ceremony chairs are really hard. Like it's hard to find pretty ones. You always have to like rent them, and the options are usually really limited from, my experience. I will say I think those are pretty ceremony chairs. I know it's like all ceremony chairs are going to be kind of like cheap looking because they're just like mass rentals that you have to get,
right.
you know? So I won't judge her for that. The venue is very like warehousey, and some people like that vibe. Like that's not my style personally because it doesn't feel like warm.
Exactly. It's
But
not
but
warm.
some people like that. Like it literally just looks like a warehouse. Like I'm surprised it was at the W and not like literally a warehouse venue because some people do that. Some people literally get married at warehouses.
Yeah, I have friends who've gotten married in like museums, like
Well, yeah, yeah, yeah,
art
yeah.
museums. It kind of looks like that, but more corporate boardroom. But Ashley said that she wanted New York City rooftop vibes in LA, which is why she decided to choose the W as her venue. But in any case, besides the actual venue and the decor, a lot of people are giving Reina a lot of heat for culturally appropriating Dia de los Muertos. So if you guys are unaware, her wedding occurred on the wedding festivities began October 30th to the 2nd of November. So the day before the party, the wedding, it was Halloween. So she had all of her guests dress up in costume. And Reina, you know the Dia de los Muertos like look, the makeup, the flower crowns,
Flower crown with like the skull.
the
Also, like, oh
skulls.
my God, it's so like 2012. Like I haven't seen that costume in so long because people know now that it's not appropriate.
Exactly. And I think not only is it appropriating the culture on de los Muertos kind of not that sound, but also the way that she dressed herself is hyper sexualized. She's wearing this corset. It literally looks like lingerie with her face just dolled up in the Halloween makeup. So I'm not a Latina woman. I wanted to ask one of my very good friends who's Mexican. I was like, "Hey, I know you don't follow this influencer. Can you just tell me, what do you think about this costume? Just as a Latina woman, what is your POV? And she's like, Jesus, are people still doing this? Yes, this is offensive in my opinion. And to sexualize the costume makes it much worse. On one side, I'm glad Mexican culture is getting attention. I just wish people actually educated themselves on it beyond just a cute outfit or pretty makeup. Day of the Dead is a sacred time and goes beyond a costume. It's 2025. How do you not know better? So that's just from my Mexican friend's point of view. And people were calling her out. They were all over her comments saying, this is very tone deaf. Why are you wearing this? This is not a sleigh. And I felt like the outfit was more to showcase her body than it was like the outfit. And it must be said, Reina's post Ozempic body is so freaking triggering to me. And I found her to be insufferable to follow at this point. Certain people, I think a lot of people like Remy Bader, for instance, when you have a woman who's thicker or who has a bigger body, lives in a bigger body, when they go on Ozempic, it almost becomes part of their personality. Remy Bader, SFK, Reina have come to mind. I just feel like every time I go on to Reina's Instagram, it's all body checking photos and her just looking so small and tiny and fragile. And I'm just over it. I don't really want to watch her anymore. I kind of want to unfollow her.
Oh, you should. You should absolutely. I encourage everyone listening to this to unfollow anyone who makes you feel bad about yourself or who triggers you because they're constantly body checking and being obsessed with their bodies on social media. Definitely unfollow her. I was never a Girls Gotta Eat listener. I have never really paid attention to these two.
Sure.
Um, so I just feel like they're both kind of lame from I mean I'm happy for Ashley getting married, but like the Reina's costume, like so again, so 2012. Like what are you doing here?
Yeah, I agree. And I was thinking about it. I'm not perfect too. Like if someone really went through all my Instagrams, I with my Mexican friend, she did my Dia de los Muertos makeup for Halloween, I think in 2014 or whatever. I
Yeah,
was like
2014. Yeah.
2014. But my Mexican friend did my makeup and I was certainly not hypersexualizing, my outfit alongside the costume. So I don't know. I'm just really over Reina. And I think it wasn't necessarily a bad interaction. It was just, I could tell she could not be bothered with quote unquote fans. And the few times I run into baby snarks on the street, it's like the coolest thing. And I don't ever imagine it being not a cool thing. Like, I think it's really cool that we're in people's ears and people, when they see us in real life, it's like cool for them. I will never get tired of that. And if anyone approaches
Yeah.
me, I will be very gracious and nice. And Ashley was, Raina was not. So that's just my anecdote. Wanted to call that
I
out.
will say, yeah, it'll never get old when baby snarks come up to us. I will say though that everyone has bad days. Not to play devil's advocate, in Raina's defense, it's like she could have been having a bad day, maybe. I feel like taking one interaction, I don't want to like cast judgment on her for that one interaction and act like she's like a bitch. I don't know. But like
No, yeah.
sounds like she was kind of rude. But I know that people have bad days. You know, when you see those Demois like sightings where it's like so and so, I went up to Glenn Powell and he was such an asshole. And it's like, well, like what was going on for him that day, you know? I guess there's also like if it's a celebrity that I don't like, if it's like Kendall Jenner, I'm like, yeah, she's a bitch.
Yeah. We were also at a club. So it's like they were like Raven, like it
Yeah.
wasn't like I was approaching her like at a coffee shop. You know
Right,
what I
right, right,
mean?
right,
We
right.
were at Excess at the Wins or at Encore. So I was like, come on, we're all like party rocking over here. Let's like get into groove.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay, what do you want to talk about next?
I would love to talk about Jake Shane's new TV show. We got so many DMs about this. So Jake Shane, aka Pass That Puss, he got a new Hulu comedy show based on his life. And so according to Variety, the therapist, podcaster, and comedian Jake Shane has signed on to executive produce and star in a Hulu half-hour comedy based on his life. The series in development from blah 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 stars Jake Shane playing a version of himself and his best friends as they navigate the chaotic new world of online fame, the strain it puts on their friendships, and the tension their presence causes in their suburban neighborhood. I'm sorry, what about Jake Shane's life is interesting enough to warrant a TV show? He was a wealthy, connected white kid who went to USC and now
Yeah.
has, pretty friends who all became influencers along with him. Like, what about that isn't like, what am I missing?
I cannot stand him. And he had Hillary Duff. This will be a couple days late now, but Hillary Duff released her newest EP, Mature. And
Mhm.
in promoting the song, Jake Shane had her on the show. And I already know, like, if this were any other podcaster, even Call Her Daddy, I would watch it just because I know how Jake Shane interviews and that couple of interviews I've watched, I will gain nothing from this interview. At least with Call Her Daddy, I get some nuggets of information. With Jake Shane, it's nothing. And again, stop appropriating our culture. Our culture is not
Oh,
your costume.
millennial culture. Yeah,
You were
when
not
he's
there.
yeah, when he was like, "Oh my God," like pretending to type on a Nokia phone. I'm like, "Wait, you are 12 years old. You never owned a Nokia phone, I guarantee it."
And did he see Cinderella story when
No.
Hillary Duff was sitting on the in the recess
He really
benches?
is. That is something that just bothers me about him. And you guys know this, that he pretends he's a millennial sometimes.
It's
Like with the
fucking
millennial,
nuts.
like I'm sorry that we millennials have the best nostalgia and culture and things that we're nostalgic about. I don't know how to describe it. It's like the millennial stuff. He is not a millennial. I'm
Eh,
sorry. I get very territorial over things like Laguna Beach, the Hills, Hillary Duff, like Nokia phones.
was he playing Snake
No,
on his
I
Nokia brick?
absolutely not. So yeah, I'm very confused about this. Like, I just don't understand what is so interesting about him. Like, what am I missing? Like, I understand people enjoying his humor in his like TikToks, but like a show about his life, being a well-connected, wealthy, like his dad, I think, is a screenwriter and his mom's a columnist for the Washington Post, I want to
Post.
say.
We did an episode on it. We'd have
Yeah,
to
we
go
did a deep
back.
dive, but
Yeah.
basically his parents are well connected in the biz. He went to USC, so he is connected to Olivia Jade, uh, Sophia Richie,
Glenn Powell now, Kaya
Glenn Powell.
Gerber.
Yeah, he's friends with all these celebrities now. But like, what about that come up is interesting? It's not like he came. It's not like a rags to riches story, you know?
When I asked Maria, my Gen Z correspondent, who's obsessed with Jake Shane, she actually suggested for Snark Base, she goes, you guys should do an episode on Jake Shane and friends and like his whole influencer crew, like Julia Mervis and
And
Brett
Brett
Chody,
Chody.
etc. Yeah. But I was like, what about him is so titillating to you? Like, why do you love him so much? She's such a big fan. And she goes, I just find him to be so goddamn funny.
I don't. But like again, maybe I'm not the target audience there. Let us know, you guys. Are you going to tune in to Jake Shane's new show?
People think he's trying to be Benny Drama's overcompensating.
I mean, I'm sure, but Benny Drama's overcompensating was actually hilarious because Benny Drama is actually talented and funny.
Oh, I'm obsessed. Benny Drama is who Jake Shane wishes he could be.
Oh, 100%.
Okay, can we please cover and talk about Ashley Benson and Brandon Davis's recent Halloween photos?
Yes, I haven't heard those names in years. Why does he look like handsome Squidward suddenly?
He's gotten some work done for sure.
1000%. Because I remember when he was with Paris Hilton back in the day.
And Misha Barton as
And
well.
yes, and he, according to this blog Delisted that I used to read, I don't think you read Delisted, right?
I was only Perez Hilton girl.
Yeah, it was along with Perez Hilton. I would read Delisted, and Delisted would call him Greasy Bear, I think. I forget why. Oh, because he was greasy, but I forget where the bear comes from. And he was always so greasy and puffy looking, and now he just looks like snatched.
Like,
Yeah,
like a maybe the Bradley Cooper special. But
yeah.
Ashley Benson's career trajectory has always been incredibly sad to me because she was like a kid model. She had done some commercials and obviously her breakout role on Pretty Little Liars. I forget, were you a PLL girl?
I watched the first season and then I fell off, so not
Okay.
really.
Well, I love like dark mystery, and that was perfect for like my millennial young adult self.
Yeah.
I loved her and Troy Belsario's character, and I actually found her to be a pretty talented actress. I felt like she had the chops and she could have done a lot with her career post PLL, but I feel like her and Lucy Hale have kind of fallen into this trap where every endeavor that they do, it's never really taken seriously. And Lucy Hale is often in these like direct to DVD type movies, these like rom-coms, but neither of them have really hit their stride. I think Shay Mitchell was really the one to come out of PLL like even bigger than she was on the show with Bass, and we can talk about it in
Yeah,
a
and
bit.
that's also because she's like she started a business that she's passionate about. Like she started a business. She's not trying to like just focus on acting. Like she's like a billionaire from her business.
Exactly. She was able to turn influencing into a full-blown
Yeah.
brand business, and now she's probably wealthier than all the girls combined,
Yeah.
maybe. Well, now that Ashley's married to Brandon Davis, probably not. But I think that Ashley Benson has always felt very dark to me, and I think part of that is because she's always incredibly private about her dating life and her personal life. She dated James Franco when her and Selena Gomez were filming Spring
Spring
Breakers, I think
Breakers.
back in like 2015 or whatever.
Yeah.
Cara Delevingne, who has known for, she's had some struggles with substances and
And they had
addiction.
that photo op where they were carrying like a sex swing.
Yes, G-Eazy, who we all know is like super heavy into drugs. Halsey's talked about that in her songs as well. And she just has had really dark relationships to me, and Brandon Davis is no different. If you guys are unfamiliar with Brandon Davis, which I'm assuming you're not because you listen to Snarkbait, he was the one who, and Troy McKeedy from Beyond the Blind said it so well. He's like, TMZ went viral because of the Brandon Davis video. Fire crotch, Lindsay Lohan's a fire
Yep.
crotch, and Paris Hilton is in the back giggling. That video kind of blew TMZ up. And other than that, no one really knows who Brandis Davis is other than being kind of this latcher on to the Hiltons and to Misha Barton.
Hmm.
But if you guys are unfamiliar with like who Brandon Davis is and why he was even connected with Paris to begin with, it's because his grandfather is this guy named Martin Davis, and he built his wealth through a lot of lucrative businesses, most importantly like oil. He was like heavy into the oil industry, and he became a billionaire because of it. He ended up selling his oil holdings in the early 1980s. He began investing in entertainment and real estate companies in LA, such as 20th Century Fox, Pebble Beach Company, the Aspen Skiing Company, and the Beverly Hills Hotel. So Brandon Davis is tried and true a Nepo baby. He comes from
Hmm.
a billionaire family. That's why he was so well connected to the Hiltons back in like early 2000s. But in any event, I was comparing a Halloween picture of Brandon and Ashley, who they're now married, if the TLDR. They just had a baby in February, I think of this year or last year. If you look at a picture of Ashley and Brandon from last Halloween to this Halloween, they both look so different. It's like sad.
Oh God. Wait, I'm just now zooming in on the old picture compared to the new picture. That is sad because now she has, I mean, he looks like handsome Squidward, like we said, but like she has that really overfilled face now that like she's not going to get any acting roles. Like the acting
No.
career is done.
It's like the filler and then the buccal fat removal that appears she got in the hollows of her cheeks. She
And like
looks
her nose
incredible.
looks way too small. It's like
Yes,
just like just overdone. And
her nose.
it makes her look so much older because she's not even old. How old is
I
Ashley
think she's
Benson?
35 or
Oh
36
my God, that's so
max.
sad. She's 35. That is like
Yeah.
so sad because she looks
She could
50.
be, yeah, I was like, she could be
And it's
45.
and it's only because of the work she's gotten done. Like she's always been like literally a gorgeous girl.
I loved
It's
her because she was always so naturally just pretty.
yeah.
She had a full face. She had like a curvy body, but like in the right ways. And now she just looks so gaunt and emaciated. She might be on Ozempic. I don't know what's going on, but she does not look well. And it could be a combination of the fillers, the surgeries, Ozempic, alleging maybe, I don't know, drug use, or I don't know what's going on. She just is not the same girl that I used to watch on my television screen in college.
It looks like they went to the same terrible plastic surgeon that needs to be like, what's the word
Eh,
for like disbarred?
The license needs to be revoked.
License revoked.
Yeah.
Oh, that's not, and with his amount of money, they can afford better surgery than this. Like
Yeah.
it's just, yeah, they're like on the verge of looking really botched.
And the thing with Ashley is I don't think she ever needs to work a day in her life again because
No.
she
No,
married
yeah.
into the most money ever.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. So like she's not concerned about acting roles anyway.
Yeah.
Now, a quick ad break to talk about Factor. I know I'm not alone when I say it suddenly feels like life is just crazier than ever. For me, it's this work, the pod, trying to have a social life, keeping my skin moisturized, making sure Henry doesn't feel like a neglected husband. I truly feel busier than ever, for better or for worse. And I'm sure a ton of you feel the exact same way. That's why Factor is perfect. I don't have the time to cook lately. I'm also just not a good cook in general. But I always feel like it's better when I eat something at home versus ordering in or eating out. So Factor's meals are chef prepped and dietitian approved and make it easy to stay healthy and on track even during the busy seasons of life. My personal favorite, and I've eaten this one multiple times, is the filet with roast carrots and potato leek mash. It literally feels like an expensive steakhouse meal that I can just have ready in minutes at home. If you're a seafood lover, they have tons of premium options like salmon and shrimp. If you're into Thai or Chinese cuisine, you're in luck also. There are so many options to choose from, and they're all delicious and healthy and packed with protein. Eat smart at factormeals.com/snark50 off and use code snark50 off to get 50% off your first box, plus free breakfast for 1 year. That's code snark50 off at factormeals.com for 50% off your first box, plus free breakfast for 1 year. Get delicious, ready-to-eat meals delivered with Factor. Offer only valid for new Factor customers with code and qualifying auto-renewing subscription purchase.
What do you want to talk about next?
I want to talk about Ansel Elgort. Um, so Ansel Elgort, if you guys remember, was accused of being inappropriate with underage girls, Snapchatting them, being sexual, even accused of assaulting allegedly underage girls.
Yep.
Yeah, just to jog your memory, a Twitter user in 2020 accused Ansel Elgort, and this is trigger warning. This is, contains,
This is
yeah,
horrible.
yeah, contains
Graphic,
disturbing graphic content.
sexual. Yeah.
Yeah, so a Twitter user in 2020 accused Ansel Elgort of sexually assaulting her in 2014 when she was 17 and he was 20. She said she DM'd him as a fan and he answered and knew she was a teenager, uh, knew that she was a virgin. She said that she was in pain and he was forcing himself on her. And a lot
What?
of people have receipts of him being just really creepy over Snapchat saying, "You've ever been with an older guy?" Um, and someone saying, "I'm going to be in 11th grade," and him saying, "Snapchat me." Like him knowing that these girls were underage. So basically, he got quote unquote canceled for good reason. He was being a disgusting creep. Unfortunately, he is back to being cast in things. He will star in the new movie Dinner with Audrey alongside Thomasin McKenzie. The film is based on the true story of the 40-year friendship of Audrey Hepburn, who is played by McKenzie, and designer Count Hubert de Givenchy, who will be played by Ansel Elgort. And then Stoker Cohen on Twitter tweeted this news that came out on November 3rd and tweeted, "Can't believe that I reported him almost 6 years ago and he's still able to have an acting career. Please don't ever say allegations ruin men's lives." So,
It's giving Chris Brown how like he can still sell out
yeah.
stadiums and everyone forgets that he beat the shit out of Rihanna.
Yeah.
Ansel Elgort is disgusting. I remember too, he had a very long-term girlfriend. I think her name was like Violetta or
Yeah,
something like
Violetta
that.
Comey, Sean. I used to follow her. And then I was like, "You're annoying."
Are they still together?
No, they broke up. They broke up around the time the allegations came
Surfaced,
out.
yeah.
I don't know. I because I hadn't followed her. I don't know what she's been up to. But yeah, they were like goals. They were couple goals. He was like the hot, young thing. Like he was gonna be the next big movie star. And it's so funny because he was in the same, I believe, the same graduating class of LaGuardia High School as Timothy Chalamet.
No way.
Yeah. And so Ansel Elgort was supposed to be that, he was the breakout star of their graduating class. A lot of performers come from LaGuardia High School in Manhattan.
Yeah.
But of course, it ended up being Timothy Chalamet. Ansel Elgort kneecapped his own career by being a fucking creep and a alleged rapist and horrible person. But he at one point was going to be like the biggest movie star on the planet.
Yeah, he I hate to say this because I love The Fault in Our Stars. Like I think it's such a good movie.
You would. You would.
Wait, is that not like universally beloved?
Not in my world, not in the world I'm living in.
I watched it on a plane. I was hysterical.
Oh my God, that does not surprise me.
Hysterical. Um, But other than that, he's always given me just like this insidious energy. And you can
Hmm.
just look at him and you know he's weird.
Oh, 100%. Like now, I feel like obviously hindsight is 2020 and we know he's a creep, but like now every time I look at him, I'm like, oh,
Ugh.
like he's just like gross. I'm
It's
looking at his Wikipedia. I'm like, what else has he even been? He was in Tokyo Vice, which was a show on I think HBO. And that was in 2022 through 2024. So he, even after these accusations were coming out, he was also in West Side Story, wasn't he? Which ended up being a flop.
and he wasn't even
Um,
on the press tour because that's when all the allegations started to come out.
yeah. Yeah. And he's somehow still getting cast in things. So again, never say that allegations ruin men's lives.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, yeah. Okay, so can you walk me through? We have so many other things. What do you want to do? Because I was like, I kind of want to hear about Emma Leger, but I
Oh, okay. This is a fun one. Okay. So this is like a silly influencer thing because I know that you guys like when we talk about the niche random influencers that average people on the street do not know about.
right.
Emily J, as you guys know, is like one of my favorite influencers to follow. So she finally moved into a New York City apartment, a real one. She recently moved to the city just a couple months ago, and was living in like a temporary furnished apartment for a few months. And she was like, this is just temporary until I find something more permanent. She just got the keys to her new, really fancy, I think it's like $10,000 a month, uh, gorgeous high-rise apartment. Um, and there is no sign of her bringing her cat, Pippa. And we talked about this when she first moved to New York and was living in a temporary apartment. She was like, Pippa's really old. So it's just not good for her. She's originally from Vancouver for context and backstory. She's originally from Vancouver and she was like, Pippa's really old and like this is just, temporary. I will probably bring her when I move to somewhere more permanent. It's clear that she's not bringing Pippa to New York at all, even though she's moving into now a permanent, not, forever permanent, but, long term. She has signed a year-long lease. Um, so that's kind of dark energy in my opinion, just like leaving her cat. And like I understand like what is easiest for the cat. Let's think of the well-being of the cat. I completely get that and that will always be her response, but part of me is like I feel like you just don't want to be bothered, you know?
Yeah, I think it's really unsettling when influencers adopt animals simply for content. I mean, we've said it with SFK many a time. She'll
Yep.
bring Poncho and haul him over across the Atlantic to Italy when it's certainly not in Poncho's well-being to be like strapped from country to country just
Yeah.
for your Instagram. It's so dark-sided. And like again, we always talk about Logan Paul adopting that pig and then leaving that pig like in the middle of a field and like Puerto Rico. Just, it's so horrible. It
Yeah.
makes me so sad. Animals are truly defenseless. And for you to
Yep.
just say, it doesn't match my content anymore. Peace out.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. Pets are literally accessories to these influencers, and it makes me really upset. And also, like, I obviously would never, ever, ever be in a situation where I would be moving without Baxter. I think that goes without saying. Say that, God forbid, years down the line, he is in the twilight of his life. I don't even want to think about it. I'm going to cry. If I knew that I only had, a limited amount of time left with this animal that I love so much, there's no chance I would be moving anywhere without him. It's like, I'm like, yeah, she's old. Your cat is old. Doesn't that make you want to spend more time with her instead of abandoning her? And I guess, she's like, well, my family's in Vancouver. They're going to take care of her. And I don't know. It just like, it kind of gives me the ick. And the other thing that's given me the ick with her is that she just met her new boyfriend less than 6 months ago, and now she's moving to New York for him. And I feel like it's kind of cringe that she has made this new boyfriend her entire personality after less than
Yeah.
6 months.
Yeah.
And she went through her breakup with her ex-boyfriend of 4 years just in March, just in March of this year. And now if you go to her feed, it's all boyfriend content. So she really didn't have like that single girl era. She was like, oh my God, I'm in my single girl era. That lasted 5 minutes. And it gives insecure,
Yeah,
like it's just like you can't like be without a guy for like 5 minutes. Now you're already moving cities, moving countries for him. She moved from Canada to the
right.
US to New York for him. So I don't know. It's kind of giving me the ick. I still like her. I'm still gonna follow her, but like those two things I feel like are just very cringe. And that's your little niche influencer update.
Yeah, I know you've always been a huge fan of her, but I've always found her content to be a little bit, I don't know, not like unrelatable because no influencer is supposed to be relatable. I just never like felt connected to her. She felt very
Yeah.
fake to me.
Yeah. I mean, it's kind of like one of those lives where it's like, okay, you're just picking up and moving into a $10,000 apartment that you're not even really going to live in because all you do is jet set around the world. It's like it's not a relatable lifestyle, and I think that that's kind of why she's fun to follow for me because it's very aspirational. Um, it's like voyeuristic, following these
Yeah.
influencers whose lives are like completely ridiculous and insane. But I always thought that, she was a confident girl. I'm like jumping into a relationship that fast. And I'm sorry, maybe it sounds like I'm being judgmental, but
I don't
like,
think you're being judgmental. I think it's just I think her moving countries so quickly, coupled with the fact that she's willing to kind of leave her animal behind,
yeah, for a
that
guy that
those
she's
two
known for
things,
less than 6 months.
yes, those two things coupled together would make, I think, anyone with a bit of a heart and like a warm heart towards animals uncomfortable.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know, man. Should we talk about Shay Mitchell really fast?
Oh my God. So if you guys seen her Instagram, she was teasing this new brand, excuse me, let me actually go onto the Instagram so I'm actually speaking about this correctly. Something gentle, something new, launching tomorrow at Rini, Rini. And she is getting eaten alive because the Instagram photo alongside this caption is of like a toddler. She looks like this little girl looks like she's maybe 4. I don't know if
Yeah,
this is Shay's kid or if this is AI generated, who knows. But there's this little kid on the photo with a sheet mask over her face, like a skincare sheet mask. And
yeah.
Shay Mitchell is getting eaten alive on the comments. Absolutely missed the mark. Children do not need skincare. I'm deeply
Oh,
disappointed.
wait,
Why
wait,
are we?
wait. I feel like we kind of like missed what the brand is. It's a skincare brand for kids,
Yes, yeah,
just for
yeah.
context.
At Rennie is a skincare brand for kids. Thank you.
Yeah.
And people are pissed because they're like, I'm deeply disappointed. Why are we projecting beauty standards onto our children now? Yikes. Maybe read the room. People are losing healthcare and food benefits. Maybe not the best time to sell skincare for toddlers. And I think that the beauty industry has just gotten so out of control over the
Yeah.
last even like 3, 4 years.
Yeah.
In fact, I was at Sephora the other day and I was trying to grab a product and or like test this product. And there was like a line because people wanted to go to this area.
Mhm.
And I literally got shoved by like, I don't know, this girl might have been 12. She's like, excuse me, move.
Oh
She
my
like
God.
elbowed everyone out of line, just cut everyone and just started like perusing the shelf. And I think I couldn't even imagine doing like looking for, I didn't even wear makeup until like much later in life. And I think just the way that we consume and TikTok and social media allows us to like learn how to do makeup now, which is great. But I think that we're teaching these kids at such a young age that beauty is such a priority. And not only like is makeup such a priority or like being attentive towards the male gaze or being like pretty to show up when you go to school or to work. But now we're pushing those standards and those beauty expectations onto our toddlers. Like this girl on the Instagram photo looks 4. I don't know. I don't
Yeah.
like that. And I don't know if this almost feels like rage bait. Shay Mitchell and her team had to have known that if they were going to release something in this political climate, people were going to have something to say. Like these comments shouldn't come as a surprise to anyone that looked at this. And
Yeah.
in my opinion, you shouldn't be focusing your attention. Like baby skins are very delicate. You cannot apply the same serums and everything that you do with your adult skin to your child's skin. And I think above all else, you need to talk with your dermatologist. You need to talk with a healthcare professional, with a pediatrician. Do not listen to Shay Mitchell. This is giving Kylie baby, honestly, and it's giving me incredibly dark energy.
Oh, it's very dark-sided. And yeah, I mean, I think you hit the nail on the head. Like, why are we trying to encourage? We're already in a culture where 12-year-olds are shopping at Sephora. That was not our lives growing up.
I
Like
went to like Target and was like
yeah.
Maybelline. Whoa.
Yeah, exactly. Like skincare was not like in my vocabulary at 12 years old. Now we're literally encouraging 5-year-olds to start with skincare. And I think the whole concept is maybe like, well, they see their mommy doing sheet masks and doing, a skincare routine. So this is so, they can do skincare with their mommy, but it's actually safe. And it's like, why can't we just tell children, no, this is not, this is mommy's activity doing skincare. You just don't you can't do it. Sorry. Like,
Yeah.
why are we like creating a whole skincare line for kids just to make them feel like, oh, they can do skincare like their mommy? Like, I doubt it's doing anything benefit. Like, they already have all of the collagen they'll ever have at age 5. Okay, they don't need skincare. Their skin
It's
is perfect.
It's capitalism at its finest. You're trying
Yeah.
to prey on, first it was, women's weight. Now it's women's like beauty. Now it's women's skincare. And then,
Children's insecurities, like they're
yes,
trying to profit off children being insecure about their skin.
exactly. Exactly. And if you do not buy this sheet mask that Shay Mitchell is pushing, then your kid is going to feel left out and her skin will not, his or her skin will not be as nice and glazed as her classmates. Like it's
Oh my
just
God,
so
stop.
preposterous
The
and
concept
disgusting.
The concept of a 9-year-old having glazed skin, like,
They
please.
probably are. Like I'm genuinely interested in like baby snarks who have kids that are elementary school age that are showing up to school. Do you feel like there is a beauty? Because I mean, Sophie and I don't have 9-year-old like young kids. We don't know if they're going to school having all this pressure to look a certain way or their skin to look a certain way.
No.
Like, ugh,
Ugh. Hate
ugh,
it.
hate it. Okay, should we move on to dark energy objects?
Yes,
So
yes, let's
I
do
was
it.
howling at your lines.
Okay, so I have a couple, and they're kind of related. So, first of all, grocery shopping at Target, it feels wrong. Unfortunately, unlike MLAJ, I bring my animal everywhere with me, which I know I'm one of those. I know it's bad. But I don't bring him anywhere where he doesn't belong. Like I don't bring him to real grocery stores, which is why I am so often grocery shopping at Target because it's the only place I can bring Baxter. And just for context, like I don't like to leave Baxter alone for a couple of reasons. He cries at the door if we leave him alone.
Oh,
And our
stop.
95-year-old neighbor said that he will report us to the building if he cries next to the door, which is what he does when we leave him. Which I know is like it's our own fault for not training him better to be able to be alone, to be a more independent little boy. So we have to put him in a crate when we do leave him, which makes me sad.
Of course.
So I'm sorry. I just like we're attached at the hip. And so I bring him everywhere. So it turns out that I have to grocery shop at Target quite often. And there's something so deeply unsettling about grocery shopping at Target. It feels fake.
That's so fucking funny, Sophie. I know exactly what you're talking about because sometimes I go to Target to pick up something, like I
Yeah.
don't know, Band-Aids, and then I'm like, oh, I need like a carton of milk, and then I'm like, I hope no one sees me. Like this is so gross. Like it's milk, but it's not from cows. Like it's probably coming from like somewhere else, you
It's
know?
like I don't know, AI generated.
Yeah, yeah. Like why is that?
It's
It's
like
like the
not
same
real
brand.
groceries. It's not real. I'm like fruit. Like you're getting fruit you're getting produce at
No,
Target.
it's so gross. I know exactly what you mean when you on the document. It always feels deeply unsettling to get my groceries there.
It does, but then I do it anyway because they allow me to have my dog.
Of course, no, I totally know what you mean. I would never bring Hank to Trader Joe's, so sometimes
Oh,
I do.
oh my God, no, you should. Okay, can I just say that I had a conversation with a friend of mine who brings, and I love them to death. They bring their dog grocery shopping and they're like, what? Who cares? Like, she doesn't shed, she's a doodle. And I'm like, it doesn't matter. It's disgusting. You should not be bringing your dog to a grocery store.
No,
As much as I love Baxter, he doesn't shed. He is as clean as can be. I'm not bringing him to a grocery store. That's disgusting.
no, that's you know what? Add it to the list.
Bringing
That
people who bring their dogs to grocery stores,
that's weird.
gross.
No, that's like
That's
I will
weird.
give you a weird look if you do that because it's like read the room.
That's like you are not following like the societal code of conduct. If you're bringing your dog to a grocery store, I don't care how much you're like, what? He's hypoallergenic, doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. If it's a
No,
service dog, were you
it's
actually, because Baxter is technically a service dog. I can
yeah,
show people watching on video. He has a little ID card. He's a service dog. I still will not, if it's people that actually need their service dog to do uh tasks like grocery shopping, yes, they get a pass. Of course they do. Otherwise, no, it's disgusting. So my other dark energy object is sometimes I just want to buy like a solo frozen meal from a grocery store or from Target. I love like the Amy's frozen mac and cheese. I love their frozen burritos. I also love their frozen tortellini. There are a lot of Amy's solo meals that I love.
sure.
Why is it so embarrassing to buy like a solo frozen meal?
I seriously am reminded of like myself in college when I would have to buy frozen meals. Like it does feel a little pathetic. Why?
Why? It's like, oh, she doesn't know how to cook. Oh, she's alone. She's eating dinner alone.
Yeah, and I feel the same way about I have like TV trays. I talked to you about this.
Yeah.
It's pathetic. Like I set my TV
When Chrissy talks about eating dinner in front of the TV with her tray.
like and I'm telling you, like when I have guests over and they're like, "Oh," I was like, "Oh, we can watch it. Here, let me bring out my tray." They're like, "Oh, that's so nice." I'm like, "No, it's pathetic." To be very clear, because 99.9% of the time I'm here eating it by myself. Like I feel like you know that J Lo in the Wedding Planner when she like makes her little meal in front of the TV. That's how I feel.
It's always like the sad person making their meal in front of the TV alone
No,
in
it's
the
like
movies.
I feel like I'm in a movie being a sad person. It's so embarrassing. Like no one's seeing me, but like I always
Yeah,
like have to
and no one
turn
cares.
around. Like I'm like before I take it out of my closet, I'm like, is anyone watching me? Like I get so
Well, it's
embarrassed.
even the same thing with me buying like frozen solo meals at Target at self-checkout. No one cares.
No.
Literally, no one cares. It's just me being insecure. Okay. And
Yeah.
also, yes, even as a married woman, I am eating dinner alone so often because my husband works late.
Because
So
Henry is in a business that he's passionate
he's really passionate about, as in, he freaking is at his office way too fucking much. It pisses me off. But yeah, so those are my dark energy objects of the
No,
week. What are yours?
those are so fucking funny. Just gonna go into one. Carter Gregory, okay? He is everywhere. And I don't know who he is. Okay. I went on his Instagram and I have to shout out my really good friend Emily. Shout out to her. She's the reason I know who you are. She texted me yesterday and she goes, "Why is Carter Gregory like everywhere? And have you seen that TikTok that surfaced this week of Kendall Jenner's 30th birthday? She had it on an island. I think it was Tommy Hilfiger's like compound.
Yeah, yeah,
And they did this TikTok video. It felt like that one selfie that they took with like Bradley Cooper and Ellen DeGeneres at the Oscars, TikTok
yeah.
version. It was Kylie, Kendall, Justin, Haley, Stoss, Victoria Villarreal, and Carter Gregory. And Carter Gregory was the one that posted that TikTok that went viral. This man is everywhere. And if you go on his Instagram, the two pinned posts are him with Obama and Oprah. And then he's with the Kardashians. He's with Justin and Haley. And he's also, funny enough, best friends with Harry Jowsey. I don't know who he is. We need to do a deep dive on him because like
Yeah,
he's
that's
come out of
nefarious.
nowhere.
It's giving Hollywood Fixer.
No, 100%. It is 100% giving Hollywood Fixer. But I'm like, why is he like in the most random spots, like Netflix reality star trash Harry Jowsey, but also with
Right.
Obama and Oprah?
Also with Obama. Like,
Like
imagine like, oh, Obama and Harry Jowsey have mutual friends.
exactly. And we live in a world where that is in fact true.
And
And
that's
that
normal.
makes me uncomfortable.
It makes me really uncomfortable. I don't like
So
it.
I want to know exactly like who he is,
Yeah, like
why
what's
what's his deal. And the thing with him and Harry Jowsey's relationship, it's not even that they're best friends. They are best friends, but they often like um queer bait. Like they'll post a lot of videos of, oh, my boyfriend, and like they'll like be caressing each other on TikToks. Like they play into the allegations that people throw at them. Like, are you guys in a relationship? I mean, and Harry Jowsey has talked about like
he's
being
hooked up with guys. Yeah.
yes, he's fluid. He kind of, he sees heart or whatever. But so I don't think it's outside the realm of possibility that him and Carter may have had some kind of romantic entanglement. But Carter leans in hard, and
They
he's
play it
also
up.
just yeah, they play it up. So I don't know. I just don't know what's going on with him. If you guys know, as Baby Snarks, if you're on the same side of the internet that I am in, please let me know what you think about Carter.
Yeah. Yeah, please let us know, you guys.
Okay, let's move on to LEOs.
Yes. Okay. So my light energy objects, watching New York City Marathon content. As you guys know, the New
Amen.
York City Marathon was last weekend. I am addicted to watching marathon content. It makes me emotional. It's like so inspiring. Uh, and yeah, I'm like, should I run it next year for attention?
I was dying when you wrote this. Should I run next year for attention? Dot 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 question mark.
No, like I actually I've texted several of my friends about it. I texted my mom about it. And my mom like took it really seriously. She was like, "You know what? If you train really hard, we will come out to support you." And I was like, "No, you don't understand. Like I would literally just do it for attention." Like
No, me too. Are you kidding? Just to say I
also
did it.
like the videos of people of the final finishers make me
Please.
so emotional because they could have given up at any moment. They didn't. And I was texting my friend, and my friend who has run several marathons before because she's like an actual athlete. I was like, that will literally be me next year. And I'm okay with that. I'm okay with that. Like, maybe
Yeah.
I will, you guys. What do you think? Is running
Those
a marathon? I know it's as hard as it looks. I don't want to sound like an idiot. Like, I know it is. I like could I walk a lot of it or do I have to run a lot of it? Because if I can walk it, like, I don't
I
know. Like,
I
I don't
think a
know.
lot of people do walk it because I mean when you see the final finishers like at midnight, which to be clear that
Yeah.
would 100% be me. I'm not judging them at all, but if
Yeah.
you blew my face up where there's 1.3 million likes on TikTok of me finishing last, you would never see me again.
No,
Not because I'm ashamed, no, because it's like I don't want people to know that I finished last. Like
no, like
again, I could never
I
even do
wouldn't
it.
I feel really proud of them. Like
No,
I would be proud.
100%.
I would be like, yeah, like that's me. Yeah, I'm proud. I could because they could have given up at any point. Like they're the people that like probably a year ago were like, I could never do that. And they did it. Like it's so inspiring. I love it. But yeah, that would be me.
Yeah. Yeah. It's when I watched Roni, when Carol Radziwill did it, I remember being very inspired by her journey when she started training for the marathon and ended up completing it. That's when her and Bethany, that was like the season where they had their fallout. I remember thinking, this is very inspirational. I would like to do this. I would
Yeah.
never do it.
Yeah.
Cottage cheese being your other LEO.
We were
I
talking about this in our group chat. We love cottage cheese.
I texted Snarkbait team and I was like, hey, what do you guys like to do with your cottage cheese? Like, how do you prepare it? And I got a bunch of really good ideas. Like, Olivia told us that she gets Cheez-Its and then she dips it in cottage cheese and Worcestershire sauce.
That is a really interesting one. I will do like a scoop of cottage cheese. Jordan, our producer, just goes, I'm nauseous. I'll do a scoop of cottage cheese and I'll do a little avocado toast on an English muffin with crushed red pepper. And then I'll do like two hard boiled eggs. And that is like a super filling, delicious lunch that I like to make. And then I also will like put it on pasta and stuff.
Yeah,
So
that sounds amazing. I love cottage cheese. It's so
love
versatile.
it. It is so versatile. And I know that it's polarizing. Like a lot of people don't like it. I don't
I
know
think
how though.
honestly, I think it's because of the way that it looks. It does look a little bit nefarious,
Yeah.
but I think it's delicious. Okay, my two LEOs reading. I have talked about needing less screen time because between Snarkbait and like being in a corporate job, I'm always on a device. I've gotten back into reading, and I hate to say this, I use my Kindle, which is also a device, but it's like, it's not like an actual device where I'm connecting
Right.
to the world. I have getting back into reading. Thriller books are very easy for me to get into. They're like quick. They're like
Yeah.
4 hours long. So highly recommend that to just get my mental a little bit more right because I've just been feeling like I'm like on a swivel 24/7. And then number two, shout out to our network. Um, our network's husband works for Hatch. And when I was at the Beyond the Blind show and I was talking with Cloud 10, Saiba, and her husband, he works at Hatch. And he was like, I can give you a discount code. So he hooked me up, my Hatch alarm clock. Jordan, our producer, has also talked about how she has really enjoyed her Hatch. It wakes you up very smoothly. I do like this wind down routine where it plays a sound bath, and I've been going to bed before 9 p.m. every night.
Oh my God. Before 9 p.m.
Yes, like
That's how
around
you can
between
record at 6
8.
a.m.
Yeah, exactly. I have to because otherwise we record at 6 a.m. Pacific on some mornings. So it's like the only way I can actually wind down. And it's been a game changer, even after just 1 week of using it.
Oh my God.
Yeah. So
Wow. Well, I am actually really influenced to get a hatch.
it's Ask Saiba. Ask for the
Yeah, I
Friends
think
of
I'm gonna
Hammy
ask.
discount.
Yeah, I think I might ask for that discount code. I think that is about it for Dark Energy Tuesday, you guys. This was a jam-packed one. Thank you so much for listening. We have a new Patreon episode per usual tomorrow at snarkbait.com or patreon.com/snarkbaitpod. To our amazing team, Jordan, Rachel, Olivia, Kartik. Thank you, Baby Snarks, for listening. If you enjoyed this episode, please leave us a 5-star rating and review. Oh, and follow us on Instagram at SnarkBaitPod. I am at Soph_Ross, which, by the way, I think it might be time for me to change my handle to my married name, which I still haven't done a year later. So might do that. Christy is at Christy Noel __. And that's the T.
Yeah, and it's Maura Murray tomorrow, Patreon. So a true crime adjacent missing person if you're
Mhm.
interested. So head on over there. We love you guys so much. We'll see you tomorrow or Thursday. Bye.
Bye.